Hey guys, welcome to Stutube. It is April 29th, and today we're going to do a bit of a special episode because things are on the move. So we are going to not only be talking about Bitcoin, but also Tesla and ATRS. So I'm going to start with Bitcoin because obviously that's the one I'm most active with trading. And look at this movement, guys. It's absolutely explosive, great to see. And we want to go over what happened here. So I'm going to rewind here. Actually, I'm going to start by going out to the 4-hour chart because I have a couple things I want you guys to pay attention to here. First of all, as you guys know, I've been pointing out for many videos and many weeks now that this white line is the 0.618 retracement from this swing high to this swing low. So I was expecting a bit of a rejection there, but you can see as soon as it was broken, boom, we went straight to the upside. As well, another line I want you to pay attention to is obviously this purple downtrend line that I've been pointing out for weeks as well. And you can see where that lined up with the 0.618. Both those lines were broken together and boom, massive move to the upside. You guys also know that even in my last video I pointed out this red trend line from this previous bit of a wedge here and how that could be one of our targets, and look where we are right now, guys. So with all those being pointed out, I want to zoom into the 15-minute chart because you guys know that I love zooming into that time frame to show my trades here. So you guys know I love triangles, and look at this one, guys. This yellow trend here, we got our first touch point, our second, our third, and then we got our break above, consolidated above, and then took off. So the way I had it played out is I entered a long when this candle here, this green candle, broke above my yellow triangle and closed there. You can see we even immediately started testing it, but anyways, my stop loss was just below this little bit of structure here. And we didn't actually get close to testing it because this wick down actually happened after the wick up. I know this because I was playing video games, and my other monitor I was watching this happen. But I took some of my profits around 78.50, just below. And then I also took some more at about 78.90, just below that. And the reason for that is, guys, that purple line, you know I've been pointing that out for weeks, so I had a take profit set there, got out of my trade, and you might be thinking that was silly because of the upside movement that happened, but if you are not in our trade channel, this is something that I pointed out to the boys, was that even if I took just a little micro swing, just this one single Wiccanacci of a candle, swing high to swing low, our rejection point should have been approximately the 0.618. But you can see we got right back up above it almost immediately, and even consolidating above it a little bit. So I pointed out that there's potential that this thing is going to go to the moon. I even made a comment about putting on our astronaut suits, but I did not enter a new trade yet until we closed above that purple line. And look how accurate that move was. That purple line was so significant. Look at that move. After we broke that, it was just bull flag, bull flag, bull flag. What do we have now? We're going to have to see what happens here. It's a little early to call this a bull flag. I would like to say it is, but we did drop this green line of support, this upward one, and we are currently testing it as resistance. Our RSI has been going down, but I believe that if we break this trend line in the RSI as well, that could be a bit of a bullish divergence forming. And if we can get above this yellow line, start closing, I think we might have potential to go to the upside. You guys know I pointed out this red line earlier. It might not be as perfect as my purple ones, but it was accurate enough to take a whole bunch of my profits. I actually did take profits all on the way up, guys, too, at some random points as I was checking the trade. So I have a very small position still open, but the remainder, I think I have about a quarter of my position open still, and it's at about 180% profit. And this trade was set about 20 hours ago, not even an entire day. So you can see the power of trading with leverage and these very simple trend lines and that sort of stuff, guys, and why I'm so fascinated with technical analysis. What I'm more interested in right now, well, first of all, that yellow trend line, as I pointed out, But then this white trend line I'm very intrigued by. You guys know I love my white trend lines to be quite important, like this 0.618 that we broke, and you see what happened. This trend line here, if we zoom out to the weekly chart, you can see where those are coming in. And look at the size of those patterns, guys. You know that I love playing measured moves of triangles. I mean, I've been pointing these out. If we do break out of this, like you're looking at a price target of potentially 28,000 somewhere in there. People are saying Bitcoin can't hit 20,000 again, but those people don't know anything about technical analysis because this is just another typical pattern, guys. Forget about the price. What's more important is percentage swings and market structure. And not only that, but look, we have this yellow line, which is approximately the halving date. I don't know if it's exactly next week, but it's supposed to be sometime in May. And we can see what happens after these days, right? Like even this one that looks really small, just because we're at way lower prices, but I mean, you can see they're in the thousands of percents for these swings, guys. Like it's silly. So to think that can't happen again is also silly. I mean, we could very well consolidate. Even after the halving, we could break back down and test this white line, and that doesn't mean we're bearish, guys. We could just be doing a retest and do some sort of a move like that. And that $28,000 target that I pointed out, that's just the measured move, guys. Like, first of all, we'd have resistance around the 14,000 for a bit of a double top there potentially, also the $20,000 mark. But if that whole triangle does play out and we get the measured move up to 28,000-ish, again, that's just the measured move. Look at this triangle. Is that a measured move? That is like, that's 6 or 7 measured moves right there. It's heinous. And that can very well happen on a larger scale too. I'm not saying it's probable. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'll never tell you what to do with your hard-earned cash. I'm just showing you what I'm looking at from a technical analysis point of view. I limit my risk. I know what I'm in for. These are high-risk markets, so do your own research, please. But I am just kind of pointing out what happens. Like after I entered that trade, obviously it worked out pretty well. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm watching for right now. If we do get closed, or if we even drop below this market structure here, I'm going to be stopped out on the rest of my trade, which is still going to be over 100% profit on that rest of that position. So there is no risk here for me anymore. Even if I add to this position, I could raise my stop loss, well, or wherever I put my stop loss. My average entry is going to be so far down that I'm really going to be at no risk for any trades I'm going to be entering if it is from a long perspective here. And honestly, right now, I have no intentions of shorting because the trend is generally your friend. Right now, we are trending hard to the upside. I'd rather wait and see some sort of either this bull flag to potentially play out or even get some sort of a falling wedge retest back down. I'd be looking for more of some sort of a triangle break either way to start adding to my position again. That being said, guys, let's hop over to Tesla. You guys know I love these purple trend lines, and here we had this one as well as this triangle play out. You guys know in one of my previous videos I did show the long position I entered there, and I took my profits somewhere in this yellow box here. It does have potential to move to the upside, especially with this yellow box acting as support right now. But again, we have one of these purple trend lines. We're going to have to see how that plays out. In the aftermarket, after hours trading right now, Tesla did break actually quite a bit above that. It got to about $885-ish. And that's right around this red line that I made here. And look where that lines up, guys. If this was our next candle, was the aftermarket trading, that is a perfect support resist flip of this upward red line. And I'm not necessarily saying that's a bearish thing. It would just make a lot of sense if we would test that and then even test back down to this purple line tomorrow or something of that nature before we carry upward. Since this red line is going to the upside and so steep, obviously we can keep testing it, and that doesn't mean that even though we're getting rejected by it, it doesn't necessarily mean the price is going to be going down, guys. So yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at with Tesla. I am not in a Tesla position whatsoever. I just enjoy looking at technical analysis and following Tesla because I believe in the project. I just think that Elon Musk is a freaking genius, but that's besides the point. I tend not to look too hard into fundamentals. Speaking of that, let's hop over to ATRS. A lot of you guys, well, if any of you don't actually typically follow technical analysis, this would actually be hard to believe, but I know nothing about this company and I bought some stocks in it. And the reason for that is I Googled volatile stocks and I looked through the list of them and found one that matched the technical analysis that I wanted to play. So you guys know that these purple trend lines tend to carry significance when I extend them like this. And this pattern, the reason I chose it is it reminded me a lot of Tesla. We have this purple trend line, we have our triangle, we have our breakout. Here we have our triangle and then our purple line and then our breakout. I wish I would have seen this chart right at the triangle. I would have loved to play that retest there just for an extra few percent. Not that I'm complaining, because even after that trend line, like I said, for not knowing anything about this company, my position is currently up about 28, 29%. And that's from buying something a week ago that I know nothing about. All I know is it's a pharmaceutical company, nothing else. And that's why I'm so fascinated by technical analysis, guys, is that I don't necessarily have to find the next jackpot stock or anything like that. I can just point out these opportunities and just over time take winning swings and continue to fine-tune my trading techniques and take more winning trades and bigger swings and that sort of stuff. And just being able to sniff those out is going to be a great skill to have for the years down the road. So with that being said, guys, that's about all I have for you. I just wanted to do a bit of a special episode with stocks and crypto today because everything has been moving so much. So if you guys could hit the like, hit the subscribe, leave a comment, support the channel that way, that would be just lovely. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. I'm willing to adapt and change if that's what the fans demand. And as a trader, you have to look at things and be willing to adapt, and the channel will be no different. So with that, guys, keep a level head, stay safe out there, limit your risk, do your own research, and with that, I'm out. Stay safe, my friends. Peace.